Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. I'm Hasham Ali Khan. Last video I have explained you about the meaning of the term services under GST law and determination of providing the services. That means the place of providing the services. All these things I have already explained in the last video. So if you have not watched that video, I suggest you to go to the playlist of my channel, select the subject theory and practice of GST. Select the video unit number 4, that is getting started with GST services. Watch the first video, be acquainted, be perfect with the concept services and determination of the place of providing the service. Then in this video I am going to explain you about interstate supply of services. So what is the interstate inward supply and outward supply of services? And lastly, cancellation of the supply of services. Cancellation of services. These two topics I am going to explain you, which the question is frequently asked in examination. So watch the video till the end. Don't skip in between. Take the screenshot of the points which I have written on the board. Then I'll explain in detail regarding all the points. Come on, let's start with the topic interstate supply of services. There are two types of services already explained in the previous video: intrastate supply of services and interstate supply of services. Last video I have completed the discussion on intrastate supply of services. Now I am beginning with interstate supply of services. The meaning of interstate is between two states. Between two states or union territories. That means the supply of services will be between two states. That is called interstate supply of services. Interstate supply of services refers to the transaction in which the location of supplier of service is different from the location of recipient of service. What do you mean by interstate supply of service? It's the supply of service in which, it's a transaction in which the supplier of services will be in one state and the recipient of the service will be in another state. It means the transaction takes place between different states. Since the transaction of services is interstate, so integrated tax is applicable. See here, last video I told you intrastate supply of service. In intrastate supply of services, central tax and state tax laws will apply. But whenever there is interstate transaction, integrated tax is applicable. So whenever there is interstate supply of services, integrated tax is applicable. That's the point. Now example. ABC Limited is a trader registered in Telangana. Telangana is one of the states in India. Supplies services to recipient trade in Delhi. It is said to be interstate supply because the supplier of the service is in Telangana and the recipient of the service is in Delhi. Two different states. In that case, the transaction is called interstate supply of services. The interstate supply of services may be divided into two heads. The first head is interstate inward supply of services and second one interstate outward supply of services. So inward and outward supply of services. Now the inward and outward supply of services are recorded using purchase voucher and sales voucher. The purchase voucher will be applied for interstate inward supply of service. For inward supply of service, we use purchase voucher. And for outward supply of service, we use sales voucher. Now, interstate inward supply of services. Now, I am going to elaborate between inward supply of service and outward supply of service. First of all, interstate inward supply of service. It means interstate receipt. Remember, when we use inward, it means receiving, purchasing. So it means interstate receipt of services either by acquisition or by purchase. One of the company is purchasing the service or acquiring the service. So it is nothing but the interstate inward supply of service. The recording of business transaction is in interstate inward supply service include integrated tax as per the provisions of GST law. Whether it is inward supply of service or outward supply of service, integrated tax will be applied as per the GST law. Now secondly, interstate outward supply of services. The provider of the service will use outward supply of services. So it refers to the supply of services through sale or exchange or transfer or rental or lease or license or barter or disposal of services. So whenever a company is providing the service, it will provide the service either by sale or exchange or transfer or rental or lease or license or barter or disposal of service. Different methods are there through which a service will be provided. So in this type of supply, the supplier's location and location of recipient are different because it is interstate. That means the party who supplies the service and the party who receives the service are located at two different states. Such a supply of service is called interstate outward supply of service. Now integrated tax is applicable in such a case, already we know, because whether it is inward supply or outward supply, integrated tax will be applied. That's it. So I have explained so far regarding interstate supply of services, which includes inward as well as outward. Now I am coming to the next topic, that is cancellation of services. Very frequently in examination, a question will be asked regarding what are the provisions regarding cancellation of services. So first of all, we'll study about the meaning of the term cancellation. Cancellation of services may occur when a company failed to provide the promised service to the other company or client. One company has promised to give some service to another company, but later on, due to some reasons, the company failed to perform its promise. A company is failed to perform its promise. It is called cancellation of service. For example, ABC company. With the help of an example, I am going to explain you. ABC company promised to provide cleaning services to XYZ company. But due to some reason, it failed to provide such service. Then it is called cancellation of services. Example, ABC company has promised to give cleaning service to XYZ company. Later on, due to some reasons, ABC company is unable to provide the service to XYZ company. It's called cancellation of services. Now, at the time of cancellation of services, debit and credit notes are issued, just like in case of sales return and purchase return. In normal sale of goods, we use the term sales return or purchase return. Now there is no purchase and sale, so we can call it as cancellation of services. So similarly, we raise debit note and credit note in case of cancellation of services. Now, types of cancellation of services. Two types of cancellation of services are there. First, cancellation of inward supply of services and cancellation of outward supply of services. Two types of cancellation. Now, requirement for cancellation of services. GST law has given some requirements whenever there is cancellation of services. So what is the procedure GST law suggested whenever there is cancellation? The first requirement, the basic requirement for cancellation of services, debit note and credit note are as follows. The document should be highlighted as important one. So whenever there is cancellation of services, that document should be marked as very important document. Then secondly, details of the supplier, the name, address and GSTIN. That means whenever there is cancellation of services, the name of the service provider, the address, then GSTIN, these things should be displayed. Sequential numbering of the financial year. In one financial year, how many cancellation of services are there? That should be sequential in number. In sequence number, that should be provided. Next one, details of the recipient if he is registered. The details of the recipient of the service. If it's registered, then it may include his name, address and GSTIN. Because it is registered one, that's why GSTIN is there. Suppose details of recipient if he is unregistered, then GSTIN is not there. It may include his name, address, name of state, pin code, etc. Next one is date and serial number of original invoice or bill of supply. What is the date of original invoice? That we have to specify. Next, detail of the rate of tax, then taxable value of services and the amount of tax credited or debited to the recipient. How much tax we have debited or credited to the recipient, tax rate, amount of tax, that should be clear. Then last one, supplier's digital signature or normal signature. Whenever there is cancellation of services, signature should be there. Digital signature or normal signature of the supplier should be there. These are the requirements whenever there is cancellation of services. So in examination, the question which may be asked are, first one, what is interstate supply of services? Secondly, what do you mean by cancellation of services and what are the requirements whenever there is cancellation of services? Hope this lecture will make clear in your mind regarding these topics. Inshallah, we will continue the next topic in the next video.